Well, blessed Monday to you as we come with your daily encouragement. And we are at the last chapter of the book of Revelation. Just as a highlight, we'll probably go into the book or the letter of First Peter after we're done with the book of Revelation. But I hope you've been enjoying this time, and we will continue to bring you this broadcast of that. And those are important letters to go through, too. But here is the finishing chapter of the book of Revelation. We've already had the new city come down. It is perfect in its dimensions. It is a full square, and it is has the balance of all the gates and all the other things. But now another image of coming is the river of life. Then the angel showed me the river of the water of life, bright as crystal, flowing from the throne of God and of the Lamb. Now, water is an interesting image in the Bible. In many ways, it represents chaos, as it did at the beginning of Genesis. And then the image that we have of seas is that they are still, almost still to walk on, like Jesus did in his lifetime. Or what we always joke about in northern hemispheres, where we can walk on ice, we can walk on water. And I did joke with that when I was doing an evangelism team down in Mexico. I would say, yeah, we come from the north where we walk on water like Jesus did. Kind of a little aside there. But the river of life means that it is flowing, it is moving. So not all water is still. But this is the water that doesn't bring chaos. This is the water that brings life. Just as like the waters of baptism. Baptism represents both a death, a drowning, and a rising of the new person at the same time. Paul talks about that in Romans 6. And so from here we have a new river of water of life. So water and life go together. They come from the throne of God and of the Lamb. Notice how the Lamb has always been associated with the throne, associated with the Lion of Judah. A lot of mixed messages here. The Lamb who was slain has now begun his reign from the throne. Not the lion, but the Lamb. And through the middle of the street of the city, on either side of the river, is the tree of life. Now, that's an interesting image, isn't it? On either side of the river is the tree of life. Now they have another translation says, in the middle of the city in the street, on either side of the river is the tree of life. So both other translations have a tree that seems to be on either side of the river. Does it go under it? It's kind of an interesting image here. But the important thing of the tree is that it is part of the river of life. And it has fruit, 12 kinds of fruit. Remember, we had 12 gates in Jerusalem? Now, the tree of life has 12 types of fruit, producing fruit each month. Now, that, I think, is an important metaphor because the Jewish year was not 12 months. It was more of a lunar calendar and had an extra year every so often. But our calendar, as far as what it matches, in fact, it took a while. March used to be the first of the year, and then it went to December because December means 10, November means 9, etc. at the end. But they needed 2 more months to get to that approximation of the flow of the year. So 12 is the symbol of the year, of completeness, of the fruit, one for each month of the year. So now it has moved in a more Gentile direction. Fruit for each month of the year, and the leaves on the tree for the healing of the nations. And so this will be a tree that will be for all seasons. One of the things that the Gospels call us to do is to be people of all seasons, a man for all seasons, a person who is strident in the word, in season or out of season. And so it is important to know that at the end of time, we will be not only in a particular seasons, we will be in all seasons. I don't know what that looks like, but that's what it says here. Producing fruit for each month and leaves for the tree of the healing of the nations. A specific tree for whatever, or fruit for whatever you're going through. Nothing accursed will be found there anymore. And so if we're looking at this, is this the New Jerusalem? Is this earth? Is it both? I would say yes, we'd have to wait and see. But the throne of God and the Lamb will be in it, and the servants will worship him. Now, remember at the beginning, there's no need for a temple in the New Jerusalem because people will be radiating that temple, but there must be a place where we get to go to the tree of life, where we get to go to the throne of God and the Lamb. So the geography of this is still interesting, and we still need to kind of keep an open mind as to actually what this is symbolizing. But there's a lot of things here. The water comes from the Lamb. There's not chaos anymore. It's not a watery black chaos, but it's a bright, living water that brings life. And it brings it through the tree. Remember, at the beginning of time, it was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil and the tree of life that were the two choices for Adam and Eve. But they were not allowed to go to the one, which is what they were tempted to. But this is reminding us that nothing accursed will be in this garden where the river of life flows. So there's no temptation to go the wrong direction. And it will be for the healing of the nations. That, I think, is important. All nations will find their rest, will find their healing, will find their life in this place. More on it tomorrow. God bless you as we come to our daily encouragement, and we just pray that God will richly bless you today from these images that we have from the book of Revelation. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next time.